today, as you couldn't tell, I'm going to be filming a brief, very simple tutorial on how I usually do like easy eyeshadow. We're not gonna go absolutely crazy and do a smoky eye or anything, you know, bananas like that. We're just gonna keep it simple, something we can wear every single day, and it'll just be simple. I'll also show you some of the products I use, which include drugstore and some not drugstore products, because I try to keep it kind of in between so everybody has something that they can find easily and accessibly. So anyways, let's get started. I have done all of my face makeup. I even have on a little lip color because I'm not getting on camera with that lip color. But I prime first with the MAC paint pots. The shade I'm using is Painterly. This is a good, just typically kind of a pinkier beige. It looks great if you want to wear it alone. Any of the MAC paint pots do. But they make a great eyeshadow primer because they're really going to hold in any kind of eyeshadow that you put on top of it and really pack it in. It kind of helps to reduce fallout and kind of like just hold everything together. So just put a little bit on my finger and we're gonna work that all over the lid, including underneath the eyebrow and into your tear duct a little bit. So you can tell just a little bit of a pinky color on there. And on days where I don't feel like wearing eyeshadow, I will still put this on, and I'll put on just a little bit of blush on top of it just to give it a little color and some shimmer. And you can't even tell I'm not wearing eyeshadow. So you just want it nice and even, not too heavy of a layer. We're not trying to absolutely cake it on there. Just give ourselves a good base. So there. Like I said, if you want to keep it simple, cream eyeshadow is like the easiest thing you can do. So you can just wear this with one eyeshadow color and you're good to go. It's just whatever you prefer. Wipe my finger off. So today I'm keeping it simple. I'm only going to use 2 eyeshadow brushes, kind of have a fluffier all over color brush, and then a crease brush. This one is Arbonne. I've had it for forever. You can find good quality like makeup brushes basically anywhere, because this one's from Target. It's a Sonia Kashuk and I love it. This is an excellent crease brush. So the palette I'm going to be using is from L'Oreal drugstore. It's 20 bucks and you get this many colors, and they have tons of these. Sorry, it's picking up a glare. Tons of these different L'Oreal palettes, and I'm using this one because it has a little bit some pinkier tones and some plum tones, which look excellent if you have green or hazel eyes. If you have blue eyes, anything with golds or browns are going to look beautiful with blues. And then if you have brown eyes, you kind of have a very versatile eye color because you can pretty much wear anything and it's going to look good, and you kind of just get to accent whatever you've got going on, depending if you've got like warm toned browns or cool. So just have fun with it. You kind of just have to experiment. But right now, kind of pinkier toned eye color is really trendy. So I love this palette. Like I said, it's like $20 when it's not on sale. And you can get these on sale since it's L'Oreal. So basically my rule for eyeshadow, to keep it simple, is if you're going to like do legitimate eyeshadow, is use 3 colors. You're gonna pick a light color to highlight under your brow bone and in your tear duct. A kind of secondary lighter tone that's a little bit darker than the first, all over your lid and kind of up into the crease, and then you'll go in with a darker shade to really hit that crease and accent that area. Now I will tell you, everybody's eye shape is different. I have a very large space between my crease up into the brow bone, so I kind of have to pull my eyeshadow tone in the crease up a little bit, but like not everybody has the same shape, so it kind of, you just have to play with it and experiment and find out what works best for you. So first I will take the lightest shade of this palette right here, and we're just going to blend this like I said, just underneath the brow bone, and then take it down into your tear duct area. And I will say, anything with like a slight shimmer in your tear duct, is just going to help your eyes look so much brighter. And this general rule of 3 works with basically any eyeshadow palette that you'll use. I am using that big fluffier brush, kind of help disperse the color all over. So next, like I said, on kind of the lid area, we'll go in with like a slightly darker color. So I think I will go in with probably this color. It's got a little bit of a shimmer to it, so I want to be careful. I know especially some women do not prefer to use shimmery eyeshadows. I don't usually do an entire eye full of shimmer. I usually intermix matte with shimmer, and then there are certainly days where I don't want any shimmer at all. So it's always great to pick a palette that has both, because sometimes shimmer will cling to creases more. So depending on your age or just how you feel about makeup in general, just something to keep in mind. So pick up a little bit of that color, and we're just going to take this one all over the lid. And I don't sweep, you kind of tap as you're going across. That kind of helps to set it into that MAC paint pot primer that we used. So that one looks good. And you're gonna have to pardon my makeup faces. Everybody makes them. And if it looks a little bit scary at first, we'll always go back and blend later. So that looks good. So now we've got our lid and the upper part done, so now we just need to accent our crease a little bit. So I'm gonna use my crease brush from Target, and I purchased this recently. And you wanna go in with a deeper tone. So anything in browns or grays is going to look great. Like I said, I don't wanna use too much shimmer, so I'm going to use kind of this soft brown color. Pick it up very lightly. And then the easiest way to do this is to find your outer kind of exterior portion of that crease area and then kind of work your way backwards. So kind of tap it in right there and then keep going further each time. So you can see how it really kind of accents that crease area. And if you were doing a smoky eye, you would take this all kind of over and down along your crease and kind of your lash line. But I'm not trying to do that today. And like I said, since I do have a larger space from my crease up to the brow bone, I will pull it a little bit higher just to kind of blend it out. But then it's basically done. We'll go back and fix it a little bit more. But I know people, and I know I have friends that are intimidated or don't feel confident enough in their eyeshadow abilities. And it really is not hard. All it takes is just experimenting with a little bit of practice and finding the right products and tools, especially brushes, and find out what works best for you. And especially with eyeshadow, like I said, you can always go back and clean it up later. And the other great thing about this crease brush, if you hadn't noticed, it's easy to just sweep it back and forth so you can really work it into that crease. So as you can tell, I've got a little bit extra right here, which is fine. We can go back and correct that with our nicer, fluffier brush. Pick up a little bit of that lighter color again. We're just gonna take it back over the top. Kind of help blend that all in. And then if you really want to help make your eyes pop, you can go back and take just a little bit of that first lightest color that we already used and pick it up on that fluffy brush right on the very tip of it. And you're going to dab it right along the top of your lash line. And that kind of helps to whiten your eyes. And it kind of brings out the crease color more that we've already used. just kind of blend it in again. And make sure you haven't swept too much upwards. And now we're at least done with eyeshadow. I did bring some of my other products to show you guys just how I kind of finished the look, because I personally do not wear a ton of eyeliner. I know that I have friends that do. It looks great on them. I personally just don't wear a ton, and I at least always follow the rule that if you do wear eyeliner, you never want to completely rim your top and your bottom. It is only going to make your eyes look smaller. So for today, I will show you about how I usually generally wear eyeshadow gel pencil along the top line. And then if you want to get fancy, you can use a smudge brush to line your bottom. So with the smudge brush, it usually has just part of an angle to it. And these bristles are extremely fine and tightly packed, so you can either wet it with water, or for today, I'm going to have to use my mouth. And you want to pack on the darkest color that you have in your eyeshadow palette, and we're just going to kind of smudge it into the lash line. It's going to create a softer line underneath your eye, so it's not as harsh as using like an actual eyeliner pencil or pen, but yet you're still getting some definition to that lower lash line. You want to be careful, don't irritate your eyes, but just pack it all in along that lower lash line. So you can see how this one is done and this one is not. So there. Now we just need to do the top. So I'm just using the Ulta automatic eyeliner, and it's kind of a gel pencil, which is nice because it will automatically roll up. I don't know about you guys, but having to sharpen an eyeliner pencil kind of sends me. So I like this because I'm lazy when it comes to this. And another trick to achieving like a really good eyeliner look is to make sure that you're getting your inner waterline, which the waterline is kind of that lighter portion of your eyelid right before it approaches your eyeball. So you're not going to put eyeliner in your eye, but you're going to help do this so it's kind of a seamless darker shade going into any eyeliner you'd put on your eyelid or going into your mascara for your lash line. So I just kind of blink into it, and it's not a huge difference, but by doing this, and I've seen it in pictures, it makes your eyes look so much bigger because your mascara just pops way more. So then once I have done that, I'm just going to take a little bit and just kind of run it along the top lash line. And you want it thicker towards the edge, making it thinner towards you getting the inside. You don't want the entire same thickness of eyeliner from one sweep to the other. Don't wear eyeliner like that anymore. Just don't do it. And I find it easiest to do by pulling my eyelid closed. So there, it just kind of helps pop the eye even more. And for some reason, if you feel like your eyeliner just never matches from one side to the next, trust me, I feel the exact same way every single time I put on eyeliner. But for today, we're just going with it. So after I've done my eyeliner, I'll usually do my brows next and finish with mascara last. So for eyebrows today, I'm just going to help line them because they are currently untinted. I need to go have them tinted. So I'm going to use my favorite brow pencil, which is Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm using the shade Taupe, and it is dual-ended. You've got your pencil on one end and the brush on the other, which is great. I have already cleaned my eyebrows off from any foundation I got on them while I was putting on my face makeup with a Q-tip. And then I will just start to pencil them in. And I usually do the top line first, that way I have a basis to know where my eyebrow is going. And I'm not going to completely fill them in with pencil because I am going to use a little bit of eyebrow gel. So I'll stop there for now. And then using some eyebrow gel, which this is the Ulta Beauty Brow Tint in the shade Light. I I saw this week, that if you take your brow tint and work it through your brow backwards, yes, it's going to mess up your eyebrow hairs, but it helps to kind of back build in extra of that brow tint, which is going to fill in your eyebrows more and kind of build up that product just a little bit extra so you don't have to use as much. And so there, they automatically look so much thicker just by doing that. So yeah, done eyebrow, not done eyebrow. And then if there were any patches where I didn't feel like the brow tint filled in quite well enough, then I will go back and get that with my brow pencil. But now we will do the next. And if you haven't seen any of my Instagram stories, I do love to go get my eyebrows tinted, just because mine are quite light and it does help them look darker. I would love to go get them microbladed, but I am still scared. So if you have gotten your eyebrows microbladed and you live anywhere near Oklahoma, let me know where you got them done, because having to pencil them in every single day is not a lot. So now I'm going to that brow tint and do the same thing I did on the other side. Just kind of work it through backwards. And then we'll go back and comb them the correct direction. And this works great for any brow tint you're using. I just pulled this Ulta one out of my drawer. I also have the Thrive Cosmetics brow tint that I love, and I know the Glossier Boy Brow is extremely popular. And I know Anastasia Beverly Hills now makes one, so it's really just what price point you want to pay and what shade they have that matches your eyebrow shade the best. And always remember, eyebrows are sisters, they are not twins. You will completely make yourself go crazy trying to make them match perfectly, because they won't. I always have one eyebrow that arches better than the other one, and this one's thicker than the other one, so you gotta work with what you're given. So last, finish with mascara. So today I'm using the IT Cosmetics Superhero. I love this one. If you saw my mascara blog post, I document all kinds of different mascaras, and I hadn't been using this one lately, and I kind of just went back to it because it is great for volumizing and lengthening. And so I will always do top lashes first and then finish with the bottoms. And if you're not used to wearing mascara on your bottom lashes, I highly recommend doing so, just because it makes your eyes look so much bigger. So anyways, I always do. And I'm just going to start at the very base, and I wiggle a little bit. It kind of helps to build some length. If you wiggle, it helps to lengthen. If you gently close while you're doing it, it helps to promote a little bit of a curl, since I didn't use a lash curler. But in just one coat of that, I love this mascara. It's great. I usually always do 2 coats of any mascara, but this one you get a lot of bang for your buck. And don't forget your outer corners, and sometimes it is just easier to blink into it. So usually while I'm applying to this one's already almost dry enough. You want your mascara just a little bit tacky still between coats. So now I will go back into that one, and never pump your mascara. You're only putting air into it. Just wiggle it around in there to get the most as you can on the brush without packing on too much, because nobody likes clumpy mascara. Okay, so now that the top is done, we'll just go in and feather the bottom just a little bit. You just want to use a light touch, kind of wiggle it in there. And you can do this either with the entire length of the brush or just by using the tip. Either one works great. So there. Eyes look good. I've got a full makeup face ready to go. So hopefully this helps you feel a little bit more confident in applying eye makeup. And of course, if you have any questions, you can always comment them below. I'm happy to answer any questions or provide any more tips. But this is just kind of a simple eyeshadow tutorial. As I said before, there are many ways you can whittle this down to however much time you have or how simple you like to keep it. Obviously, every single day, if I'm putting on eyeshadow, I don't maybe go this much into it, but I just wanted to show you guys the entire eye area and how I apply it. So hopefully you find this helpful, and thanks for watching.